ladies and gentlemen. Imagine waking up tomorrow with an unshakable confidence that carries you through every challenge, every setback, and every opportunity. Now, what if I told you that in just 9 days, you could completely transform the way you see yourself and the world around you? Sounds impossible, right? But I'm here to tell you it's not. In fact, it's more possible than you think. The truth is, we all have the power to control our mindset, but most of us don't realize how deeply it shapes our success. The journey ahead may seem daunting, but the moment you decide to master your mindset is the moment everything begins to change. Are you ready to face your fears, ignite your inner drive, and build the confidence you've always dreamed of? Stick with me because what you'll discover in the next 9 days could unlock doors you didn't even know existed, and by the end, you'll be standing at the edge of your own transformation, ready to take the leap. Stay with me till the end, and you'll see why this is the most crucial decision you'll ever make. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and success. It involves a deep understanding of who you are, how you think, and how you interact with the world. This level of awareness allows you to make conscious decisions, recognize patterns in your behavior, and understand the impact your actions have on others. It's about stepping outside of yourself, observing your thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment, and understanding your underlying motivations and desires. One of the key elements of self-awareness is the ability to recognize your strengths and weaknesses. We all have natural talents and abilities, but sometimes we aren't fully conscious of them. Being aware of your strengths helps you leverage them to your advantage, whether in personal relationships or in your career. Similarly, acknowledging your weaknesses enables you to work on improving them, seek support, or delegate tasks that don't align with your strengths. It's not about being perfect, but about being real with yourself, which in turn boosts confidence and helps you navigate challenges more effectively. Self-awareness also involves understanding your emotions. Emotions can often drive actions that are impulsive or reactive, but if you are aware of what you're feeling and why, you can better control your responses. Recognizing when you're feeling frustrated, anxious, or angry gives you the opportunity to pause and think before acting. It creates space for you to choose how you want to respond rather than acting out of habit or emotion. This control over your emotions can significantly improve your relationships, your decision-making process, and your overall well-being. Another important aspect of self-awareness is understanding your values, beliefs, and goals. Knowing what truly matters to you allows you to align your actions with your core values. When you're clear about your beliefs and priorities, it becomes easier to make decisions that reflect who you truly are. This alignment creates a sense of purpose, making it easier to stay focused on your goals, even when faced with distractions or challenges. Without this self-awareness, it's easy to get lost in the noise of external expectations, constantly chasing after things that don't align with your true self. Self-awareness also involves recognizing your limiting beliefs. These are the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of achieving. Often, these beliefs are formed early in life based on experiences or messages we've received from others, and they can hold us back from reaching our full potential. By becoming aware of these limiting beliefs, we can challenge them and replace them with empowering thoughts that encourage growth and success. This shift in mindset is key to building confidence, as it frees you from the constraints of self-doubt. A key tool in developing self-awareness is mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness allows you to become more attuned to your thoughts and feelings in the present moment. By paying attention to your internal dialogue, you can identify negative patterns and begin to reframe them. Regular mindfulness practice can help you become less reactive and more intentional in your actions. It encourages a non-judgmental awareness of your thoughts, allowing you to gain insights into your true desires and motivations. Journaling is another effective way to enhance self-awareness. Writing down your thoughts, experiences, and feelings can provide clarity and insight into what's happening beneath the surface. Through journaling, you can identify recurring patterns in your thinking or behavior, explore the root causes of your emotions, and track your progress over time. This reflective process helps you better understand your emotional triggers and gives you a clearer sense of direction in your personal development journey. Feedback from others is also invaluable in developing self-awareness. Sometimes we can't see ourselves clearly, and the perspectives of trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues can provide valuable insights. Feedback helps you identify blind spots, areas where you may not be fully aware of your impact on others or where you might have room for improvement. While receiving feedback can sometimes be difficult, it's essential for growth. Being open to constructive criticism and using it to adjust your behavior can lead to profound personal transformation. At its core, self-awareness is about living in alignment with your true self. It's about understanding who you are, what you want, and how you want to show up in the world. It's not a destination, but an ongoing process of introspection, learning, and growth. The more self-aware you become, the more empowered you are to take control of your life and create the reality you desire. This understanding allows you to make better choices, form stronger connections, and ultimately live a more fulfilling and authentic life. It requires patience, practice, and a willingness to embrace the uncomfortable truths about yourself, but the rewards are immeasurable. Visualization and affirmations are powerful tools in the process of transforming your mindset, as they help create a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. These techniques are not just about imagining success or repeating positive statements. They are about reprogramming your subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts with your goals, and embedding a sense of certainty and belief in your potential. Visualization is the practice of vividly imagining the future you desire. This process goes beyond simply daydreaming. It involves engaging all of your senses to create a detailed mental image of your success. For instance, if you envision yourself succeeding in your career, you might picture yourself confidently speaking to a group, walking into an office you've always dreamed of, or receiving praise for a job well done. The more specific and vivid the details, the more powerful the visualization becomes. By doing this regularly, you begin to create a mental blueprint of the life you want to manifest. One of the reasons visualization is so effective is that the mind doesn't distinguish between actual experiences and vividly imagined ones. When you visualize success, your brain fires up neural pathways as though you are already achieving those goals. Over time, these pathways strengthen, making it easier to act and think in ways that align with the success you're visualizing. This is why athletes, performers, and successful individuals in various fields use visualization before competitions or presentations. It mentally prepares them for success by conditioning their brains to believe in the outcome they desire. Visualization also has a strong emotional component. When you picture yourself succeeding, it's essential to tap into the feelings associated with that success, whether it's the excitement of accomplishing a goal, the pride of completing a difficult task, or the joy of living a fulfilled life. The emotional experience of visualization makes the process more real and impactful, activating the brain's reward system and releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine. These positive emotions help build a sense of confidence and motivation, which propels you toward your goals. Affirmations work hand in hand with visualization. Affirmations are positive, empowering statements that you repeat to yourself, designed to reinforce the beliefs you want to adopt. The purpose of affirmations is to replace negative self-talk or limiting beliefs with constructive and supportive thoughts. For example, if you struggle with self-doubt, an affirmation might be, "I am confident, capable, and worthy of success." When you repeat this statement regularly, especially with emotion and conviction, it begins to shift your internal dialogue, transforming how you perceive yourself and your abilities. One of the key principles of affirmations is that they should be stated in the present tense, as if the desired outcome has already been achieved. This creates a sense of immediacy and helps your mind accept the belief as a current reality. The repetition of these affirmations helps rewire your subconscious mind, gradually replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. Over time, this change in mindset can lead to increased self-esteem, better decision-making, and a greater sense of control over your life. Incorporating affirmations into your daily routine is essential for their effectiveness. Whether you say them out loud in front of a mirror, write them down in a journal, or simply repeat them mentally, the key is consistency. The more frequently you practice affirmations, the more they become ingrained in your thoughts and beliefs. It's important to choose affirmations that resonate with you personally and align with your goals, as this will make them feel more authentic and powerful. Visualization and affirmations are especially powerful when combined. When you visualize your success, you can use affirmations to strengthen the belief that your goals are not only possible but already on their way. For example, if you visualize yourself achieving a career milestone, you might affirm, I am successfully progressing toward my career goals with determination and passion. By pairing the emotional experience of visualization with the reinforcing power of affirmations, you create a powerful cycle of positivity and belief that fuels your actions and progress. However, these techniques are not about wishful thinking or passive waiting. They require active participation and alignment with your daily actions. While visualization and affirmations help you establish a clear mental and emotional connection to your goals, they must be backed by tangible effort and practical steps. The purpose of these practices is to prepare your mind to embrace opportunities, recognize potential obstacles, and remain confident in the pursuit of your goals, no matter what challenges arise. To make the most of visualization and affirmations, it's important to create a routine around them. Set aside time each day, perhaps in the morning or before bed, to engage in these practices. Close your eyes, visualize your goals in detail, and repeat affirmations that support your vision. As you continue this practice over time, you will start to notice a shift in your mindset. You'll feel more confident, motivated, and focused on your goals. The power of these techniques lies in their ability to transform not just how you see the world, but how you see yourself, empowering you to take control of your life and actively pursue the success you deserve. Consistency and action are the twin pillars that support personal growth and success. Without consistency, your efforts will remain fragmented, and without action, even the best plans and intentions are futile. The relationship between these two elements is crucial. Consistency keeps you moving forward, while action ensures progress. Together, they create momentum, and momentum is often the key to achieving long-term goals. Consistency refers to the ability to keep doing something regularly, even when motivation wanes or circumstances become challenging. It's about establishing habits and routines that contribute to your goals, no matter how small the daily actions may seem. Success doesn't usually come from one massive, sporadic effort. Rather, it's built over time through repeated, deliberate actions. Whether it's waking up early to exercise, reading a few pages of a book every day, or dedicating time each day to a project, consistency ensures that you are always progressing, even if the progress is slow. One of the key benefits of consistency is that it helps you build discipline. Discipline is the foundation of success because it allows you to stick to your commitments, even when external factors like fatigue, distractions, or self-doubt try to pull you off course. It's not about being perfect or making huge leaps every day. It's about making small, deliberate steps that accumulate over time. The more you practice consistency, the easier it becomes to maintain it. It starts as a challenge, but becomes second nature as you build momentum and see the results of your efforts. Action, on the other hand, is the vehicle that drives your goals forward. It's not enough to plan, visualize, or set intentions. You must take deliberate and purposeful steps toward achieving your objectives. Action is the point where your ideas meet the real world. It's easy to get caught in the trap of overthinking or waiting for the perfect time to begin. But taking action, no matter how small, begins the process of transformation. Every action you take, whether it's writing a single paragraph toward a book, making a phone call to connect with a potential client, or taking a single step in a new fitness routine, brings you closer to your desired outcome. Action also creates feedback. Every time you take a step, you learn something about yourself, your approach, or the situation at hand. This feedback is invaluable because it helps you adjust your strategy, improve your methods, and refine your goals. Without action, you remain in a state of inaction, unable to learn from real-world experiences. Action gives you a chance to test your ideas, see what works, and make course corrections along the way. The key is not to wait for perfect conditions, but to act in the face of uncertainty, trusting that the process of learning through doing will guide you towards success. Consistency and action together create a powerful cycle of progress. When you consistently take action, you begin to see small results, which reinforces your belief in the process and encourages you to keep going. These results, even if minor at first, build a sense of accomplishment and motivation. Over time, the compounding effect of consistent action leads to significant progress. A small action repeated over time yields exponential results. This is where the magic happens. What might have seemed like insignificant efforts in the beginning snowballs into major achievements as you stay consistent. The challenge with consistency and action often lies in the initial stages. In the beginning, it's easy to feel discouraged, especially if the progress is slow or not immediately visible. However, those initial stages are crucial for laying the foundation. This is where the habit of consistency is developed and where resilience is built. Even when results aren't immediately apparent, it's important to remember that progress is being made beneath the surface. The consistency you maintain today will bear fruit in the future. It might not always be easy, but it's always worth it. One of the keys to staying consistent is to set realistic, achievable goals. When your goals are too vague or unrealistic, it's easy to lose motivation or become overwhelmed. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks that you can complete every day. This creates a sense of accomplishment and keeps you on track. The beauty of consistency lies in the fact that, even when motivation dips, you can rely on your routine to keep you moving forward. Having a clear, structured plan allows you to keep your focus on the next step, not the enormity of the journey. In addition, it's important to maintain flexibility within your actions. While consistency requires you to stick to a routine, life is unpredictable, and sometimes circumstances change. Flexibility in your approach allows you to adapt without losing sight of your goals. If something doesn't work, find another way to keep moving forward. The ability to remain consistent while adapting to new challenges is crucial for long-term success. Another important aspect of consistency and action is accountability. When you hold yourself accountable for the actions you commit to, you increase the likelihood of success. Sharing your goals with others or having a support system can help keep you motivated and consistent. Being accountable makes you less likely to quit when faced with obstacles, as it provides external encouragement and internal discipline. It's not just about meeting your goals, it's about maintaining the drive and the discipline to show up every day regardless of the circumstances. Finally, it's essential to celebrate the small victories along the way. Acknowledging and rewarding yourself for taking consistent action, even when the results seem minor, reinforces the habit. These celebrations keep you motivated and focused and remind you that every small step contributes to the bigger picture. Success is not just about the destination, it's about enjoying the journey and learning to appreciate the progress you make along the way. Reflection and growth are integral components of personal development, allowing individuals to examine their actions, learn from their experiences, and ultimately become better versions of themselves. Reflection is the process of looking back at your thoughts, behaviors, and experiences in order to gain insights, while growth is the natural result of applying these insights to your life, leading to improvement and transformation. Without reflection, it's easy to continue making the same mistakes or remain stuck in old patterns. Without growth, even the most insightful reflections remain mere thoughts, without driving any real change. Reflection involves looking inward, taking the time to honestly evaluate your actions, decisions, and emotions. It's more than just thinking about what happened. It's about engaging with your experiences, identifying what worked and what didn't, and understanding the reasons behind your actions. When you reflect, you ask yourself deep questions like, what was my motivation behind this action? How did I feel during this experience? What would I do differently if I had the chance? This kind of introspection helps you connect the dots between your thoughts and behaviors, revealing patterns that might not have been obvious at first. It can be a transformative practice because it forces you to acknowledge both your strengths and weaknesses without judgment and see areas where you can improve. For reflection to be truly meaningful, it must be done regularly. This can be through journaling, meditation, or even casual self-talk. The key is consistency, allowing you to build a habit of self-examination that becomes a natural part of your routine. By making reflection a daily or weekly practice, you create the space to gain new perspectives and to acknowledge progress that might otherwise go unnoticed. You might reflect on specific experiences like a challenging project at work, a tough personal situation, or a recent achievement. Alternatively, you might choose to reflect on broader aspects of your life, such as your relationships, career, or personal growth journey. Through reflection, you gain clarity and a deeper understanding of your life and your choices. Growth, on the other hand, is the application of the insights gained from reflection. After you've identified areas for improvement, growth is the active process of taking that awareness and using it to make better choices, develop new skills, or change old habits. Growth isn't always immediate, and it's rarely linear. There are setbacks, moments of doubt, and periods of frustration, but these are often the most valuable parts of the journey. They are opportunities to learn, adapt, and push through challenges, ultimately contributing to greater strength and resilience. One of the primary ways reflection leads to growth is by shifting your mindset. When you reflect on past experiences, especially those that were difficult or uncomfortable, you begin to view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. This shift in perspective is crucial for personal growth because it allows you to approach future challenges with a positive, solutions-oriented attitude. Instead of feeling defeated by failure, you start to see failure as a stepping stone, a learning opportunity that brings you closer to your goals. Reflection helps you realize that growth isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them and making adjustments accordingly. Reflection also helps you recognize and break negative patterns or behaviors. Often, we repeat mistakes or engage in self-sabotaging behaviors because we're not fully aware of the underlying causes. Through reflection, you can identify the triggers or patterns that lead to these behaviors, giving you the chance to consciously choose a different path. If you've repeatedly found yourself procrastinating or struggling with time management, reflection helps you understand why that happens. Are there underlying fears, lack of motivation, or simply poor habits at play? Once you identify these factors, you can work on addressing them, creating more effective strategies for overcoming these challenges. Another crucial aspect of reflection and growth is emotional intelligence. Reflection allows you to examine your emotional responses to various situations, which increases your awareness of how emotions influence your decisions and actions. It's easy to react impulsively when emotions are high, but by reflecting on how you felt and why, you can develop the ability to respond with more control and thoughtfulness. Emotional intelligence is a key component of growth, as it enables you to manage your feelings, understand the feelings of others, and navigate relationships with more empathy and understanding. When you grow emotionally, you not only become more self-aware, but also more attuned to the needs and emotions of those around you. Growth is also about adopting new skills and approaches. Reflection shows you where your current methods or approaches are falling short, and growth is the process of acquiring new tools or techniques to overcome these limitations. For example, you may reflect on a project at work where communication with your team didn't go as planned. Through this reflection, you may recognize that improving your listening skills or learning to give clearer instructions could have led to a better outcome. Once you identify these areas, growth occurs when you actively work on enhancing those skills, whether through training, practice, or seeking feedback from others. The process of reflection and growth is cyclical. Reflection leads to growth, and growth leads to more reflection. As you apply the lessons learned from reflection and take action to improve yourself, you're likely to encounter new challenges and experiences. These provide more opportunities for reflection, which in turn leads to further growth. This ongoing cycle ensures that you're always evolving, becoming more aligned with your goals and values. The ability to reflect on your experiences and embrace growth is essential for living a purposeful life. It allows you to continuously refine who you are and how you show up in the world. Without reflection, growth would be haphazard and without direction. Without growth, reflection would serve little purpose. Together, they form the foundation for a fulfilling life where each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to your evolution and the person you are becoming. It's about becoming the best version of yourself by learning from the past, applying those lessons in the present, and continuing to grow into the future.